guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are in a different location, quite obviously. We are in my hotel room in Houston. Sam and I are here. Sam is doing a work trip, so right now I had some time to film a video and I wanted to show you the things I brought with me to pack for makeup for this trip. Yeah, clearly couldn't get my words out that well right there. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what I packed and why. Maybe just give you a little bit why I packed a lot, because I'm a little high maintenance when it comes to makeup. But if you are new here, hi, my name is Kendra. I post 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you don't want to miss them, you should subscribe down below and you will see all of them. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right on into the video. Okay, so I'll start by order that I put them on my face, I guess. This is just makeup. I'm not gonna get into skincare. All my skincare is right there if you can see it, because that's a messy background. But listen, I'm in a hotel room. I can't really do much. So I bought 3 primers because I'm really high maintenance. Like I said, I brought the 2 Becca primers, which is honestly just so stupid. I should have just chose between them. I brought the backlight one and the First Light priming filter. Brought both. Dumb of me. Should have just brought one. And they're glass packages, so they're like not easy to bring. But anyways, and I also brought my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, which you guys know this is like my favorite stuff. I had to bring it, and I don't have a travel size, so I just brought the big one. Oh, and I just realized I also brought my Too Faced Hangover RX. Love this stuff. Didn't need it probably. Actually, you know what? It's a hydrating primer, so I did need it. Okay. For foundations, I brought just my It Cosmetics CC cream, this little travel size. This is in the shade Fair. And I also brought my Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. This is in the shade Bisque. This foundation and my Becca Aqua Luminous foundations are my favorite foundations ever, but this is so much easier to travel with because it's in a little stick. And this has 50 SPF and it honestly lasts really well in humidity, so that's why I brought this. For concealer, I just brought 1 concealer, mainly because I'm trying it out for the first time ever, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury The Retoucher Conceal and Perfect. This is about a medium coverage and it's super hydrating, which is why I purchased it. It does crease easily, but I'm at a point in my life where like I can't try and stop creasing because it's going to happen because I have such bad fine lines right in here. So you know what, it is what it is. I love the finish of this though, and it feels really awesome on my skin, so yeah. I also brought my KKW contour stick, KKW Beauty. I just bought the contour stick because I hate the highlight stick, but I love this contour stick and I have used it quite a few times just being on this trip because it's such a great contour stick. For powders, I did bring 3. I brought this little travel size of the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. This is my favorite loose powder, you guys know that. I also brought the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in the shade Fair one. I am also trying this out. Just bought some Charlotte Tilbury stuff and I've been really liking it. But I brought this, and I also brought my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, which I shouldn't have brought because, I say this because this isn't the best long wear powder, but this does set your makeup and make it look amazing. But in a place like Houston where it's super humid and super hot, it's just not gonna hold up very well. But this has held up well, and obviously the Cover FX powder. For eyebrows, nothing have changed. My Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow is in taupe, and my Glossier Boy Brow Blonde, can't live without these. And for eyeshadow primer, I brought my typical Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in Eden. If you are looking for a really, really good matte eyeshadow primer that also has coverage to cover up the veins on your eyelids, or if you just wanna, if you have discoloration on your eyelids, you wanna cover it up, this is your girl. This is the best eyeshadow primer if you have really creasy eyelids, like your eyeshadow creases a lot. My eyeshadow will not crease with this, but it does crease with like the Too Faced Shadow Insurance other eyeshadow primers it creases with. With this, it will not crease. And it's got enough coverage to cover up the eyelids. It's like a primer and a concealer in one, and it's really awesome. Let's talk about eyeshadow palettes, because your girl brought way too many. I first want to start off with talking about my Kylie Cosmetics Bronze Palette, which you guys know this is like my ride or die eyeshadow palette, so of course I brought this palette, duh. I also want to say she just announced like yesterday that every single palette now comes with a mirror. Are you kidding? I kind of want to save up, give this one to my sister, and buy a new one with a mirror. I also brought my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, which is the eyeshadow palette I used to achieve this really just simple neutral eyeshadow look today. But this is just a really awesome ride or die palette. I knew I would get use out of it, so I brought it. Next, I brought my Kylie Cosmetics Take Me On Vacation. I love this palette. Like, the shadows are so beautiful and so creamy, so blendable. You can create so many different eye looks with this, and I have used it, so it was definitely worth the bring. The only palette that might not have been worth bringing was the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. You guys know I adore this palette so much. I get so much use out of it, but I have yet to use it on this trip. I think just because I was geared towards those other ones, I just didn't pick this one up. So I don't think it was like not worth it, but I probably should have just made the decision not to bring it, obviously. So I already talked about the cream contour product I brought, which was the KKW Beauty. I also brought my little Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in the shade Light. This is also new to me and I'm testing it out. So far, I kind of like it. I'm not like thrilled over the moon with it, but I think it is a really good product, and the powder is super blendable and super creamy, and you could not overdo it with this powder. So those are the upsides to it. But it, like I said, it is new to me, so I'm still trying it out. That's why I wanted to bring it on this trip, so I could continue to try it. And then for bronzers, I brought the Charlotte Tilbury Sculpt and Glow. This is the Film Star Bronze Face Sculpt and Highlight. And this is in the shade Light. I've been loving this, and this is new to me as well. That's why I brought it, so I could keep trying it. Obviously, this is a highlighter as well, and I do love this highlight. And then my only other bronze product is I brought this Becca Sunlit Bronzer in the shade Capri Coast. You guys know this is a ride or die bronzer, so I had to bring it. For blush, I brought, obviously, my Kylie Cosmetics blush in the shade X-Rated. I cannot go anywhere without this blush. This is my favorite blush for sure. I also brought two Becca blushes. I brought Wild Honey and Flower Child. Now, Wild Honey is one of my favorites. There's really nothing else to say about it except for I adore it. I should not have brought Flower Child. I do really, really, really like it, but I brought it just in case I wanted more of a pinky blush, and I have not used it. So that being said, I probably shouldn't have brought it, but it is obviously one of my favorites. That's why I brought it. Okay, for highlight, I brought my Kylie Cosmetics. This is the Cotton Candy Cream. You guys know I love this. I've loved this since it came out. Good highlight. I actually haven't used it on this trip yet, so probably shouldn't have brought it, but it is a really awesome highlight and it's one of my favorites. Obviously, like I was saying earlier, this Charlotte Tilbury Sculpt and Glow, I've been loving this highlight. And then I brought my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Pearl. I've been really enjoying this highlight lately, so that's why I brought it on my trip with me. For setting sprays, because I clearly have a really hard time not bringing any. If I could just maybe hold on to something. Okay, so I brought my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. Love this stuff, duh. I brought my Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. Can't live without this. And I brought my Milani Make It Last setting spray, which I love, but I do not use very often because it has alcohol in it, which ages your face. But in a place like this where it's so humid, alcohol is gonna set the makeup and keep it from moving, so that's why I brought it. This is such a great setting spray, especially for the price. I believe it's like $10, $9.99. Such a great product for such a great price. And it's not huge, so it makes it kind of easy to travel with. I am not gonna talk about the brushes I brought because I brought all the brushes I need, and for eyeshadow that's just so many, so I'm not gonna go into them. But maybe in the future I'll do like a brush video because I do have my favorite brushes that I kind of don't really stray from, but I'm not gonna get into it today. I also forgot to mention that I'm not gonna talk about the lipsticks I brought because I keep like 20 lipsticks in a bag in my purse that I use on a day-to-day basis, and those are the ones I brought. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely make sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you're new here, subscribe so you see all my videos and you don't miss out on any of them. But I will let you guys go. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
It's you, it's all for you. Everything I do, tell you all the time. Heaven is a place on earth with you.